Hi guys, Saku Wants to Fight here. We are nearing November here, and I thought of ending this month with another SNK game that is well liked and another game that I missed out when I had the opportunity. Well, in my defence, I had a Game Boy and not a Neo Geo Pocket Color, but this game is on modern platforms, which is actually kind of helpful because I don't have the actual sufficient hardware like the Neo Geo Pocket Color to run it. But anyway, is the game any good? Let's find out. So, SNK vs Capcom Match of the Millennium is a 2D crossover fighter produced and developed by SNK in 1999 for the Neo Geo Pocket Color, Steam and the Switch. So from the get-go, you can choose up to 3 options of play, including single play where it is treated like a standard one-on-one fighter that allows the standard format of fighting games each stage and must win 2 rounds in order to progress the game. Selecting tag turns the game into a 2-on-2 tag fighter similar to Marvel vs Capcom, which adds the tag features which allows to swap the players out at command. Team allows you to select up to 3 characters to run the game similar to King of Fighters, which mean once played, if a character on either side is knocked out, the next character is selected to continue until one member of either team is standing victorious. Also, upon winning, the health of the winning character from the team, be it enemy or whatever, is regained but very slightly. After choosing which option you wish to play, you also have a selection of 3 playstyles depending on what you want. Average mode is the Capcom level style gauge that allows you to fill up and stack up to 2 finishers. Counter mode is the SNK charge style meter that plays similar to older KOF games like 95, which, if anyone knows me by now, I cannot stand that gauge. To which we then have Rush, which is the neutral meter that can be full, and however, if it is full, it can also enhance the super attacks, which is similar to KOF 97 and 98, you know, the good KOF games from the 90s. Then after selecting your playstyle, you can use up to 26 characters each from the roster of SNK and Capcom games, although 8 of them are hidden, so you will have to grind to get all of them, but the 18 characters provided are still fun, even if your mains are not there yet. They still have their likeliness, their images all preserved. Everything you knew about them previously from either Capcom or SNK games still retain their moves. The controls, now before I say anything, I'm not all too bothered about using 2 buttons in a fighting game. And naturally, you'd think when playing the game, you ask, where the fuck is light punch? Where the fuck is light kick? Right, well, as you can see, they are not present, which can be a downside with 2 buttons, but it can be done depending on how you press them. You know, it's kind of weird because if you tap light on an attack button, you actually do more light moves, and if you hold down the button, any button, be it kick or punch, it becomes more heavy, which is pretty intuitive for something that is on handheld. But saying that, the controls are really responsive, which makes it fun to play. I would not discredit the fact that there isn't much to work with in terms of controls, but it's that simplicity that makes it so much easier for the player to enjoy. And I know this because when I play it, doing a quarter circle forward alongside with punch does a Hadouken, and it does it smoothly. Now, graphically for 8-bit, SNK really went all far and beyond with the whole presentation. From the character sprites, even if they all have one colour that just stands out, Other than that, the stages have more to it, which is, well, dare I say, a technical marvel, and musically is what you expect with your favourite fighting games, just a rendition of them being in 8-bit chiptune, which all makes it sound pretty interesting and somewhat pleasing. I'm going to play a few examples, so enjoy. Saying that, the game actually has a lot more to offer in terms of replayability if you want to 100% the whole thing and lock everything. Also, there is a training mode which is pretty standard, and a versus mode which, I will have to be honest, it's pretty redundant, because you would need to know someone with a copy of the game, and even so, if you bought it on modern platforms, the whole thing turns it into 2 screens. Oh, good luck finding anyone else to play. Now, there is another mode that needs to be mentioned, which is the Olympic mode, which allows you to partake in 6 mini games, either on SNK or Capcom, and if you choose those, you are greeted by Rimururu from Samurai Showdown and Karin from Street Fighter Alpha. While they all share 4 mini games, which is alike being Time Attack, First Blast, you get it, they also have 2 unique games which involves either shooting targets, cutting straw man, dancing with Felicia, or jumping with Arthur. Now, I will be honest, when it comes to mini games in fighting games, I am not all too fond of them, but they can be a fun distraction. Fuck, I mess with it. So now, is the game any good? Honestly, yes, it is a good game. It is a shame I did not have this game or the Neo Geo Pocket Color at my disposal back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and again, if you heard me say this about like the Neo Geo 8ES system, I kind of felt the same because it made me somewhat sad, but with the fact that now it's on modern platforms goes to show that this kind of game is needed to introduce to the new gen, to the games that were ahead of its time. And honestly, I have never seen a game look or play this good. This was SNK's format. They knew what they were doing, they knew how to utilize it efficiently. The gameplay and its playstyles is very diverse, making it somewhat customizable to your preferred experience. All I can say is that this is an example of how good 2D fighters can be, and when it comes to accept no substitute, well my guys, SNK vs Capcom Match of the Millennium is no substitute. It is a decent game for what it is, and that decent game is all killer and no filler. If you like what you saw, remember to like, comment and subscribe if you so choose to. I've been Saku. Fuck off.